Okay, it looks like we are live.
What are we talking about? We're talking about pizza. We're talking about Atari. We're talking about
video games.
video games.
I had a question for you, BTB.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that big, beautiful barrel Pong behind you.
This one?
Yeah, that one. That one that says
Yeah.
Syzygy on it with
Yeah.
the little liquor cabinet in it.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do you think it's feasible to build a regular original Pong machine?
Yeah.
The yellow one.
Yeah. I've even looked at the original one with the reddish orange one. The original one that was in
Andy Caps, that little one?
Yeah. If I were to build one, I think I'd build that one.
You know, I was looking at, I'm trying to remember what I was watching. It could have been the Game Changers thing on History Channel. But
there was some very nice photos of that one, that model, when they were talking about Andy Capp's bar.
They were also showing the production model, the yellow one, that iconic yellow Pong. And I mean, I know those are around. They're like $2,000 or something like that, in decent shape. We've seen them on American Pickers.
Mm-hmm.
But the one they showed, I mean, that had to be either a repop or fully refurbished or something. It looked brand new. And you can even see the bezel it was like freshly cut wood. And I'm thinking it's a bunch of flat sides. How difficult would that be to create?
That model, not difficult at all.
Yeah.
Not difficult at all. I mean,
I'm thinking about doing that for me.
Yeah, the problem that I've run into, and even the problem with this, is that trying to recreate Pong and any of those old Los Gatos games, trying to emulate the game is really hard because it's all chip based off of those boards, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you would think, oh well, I'm sure there's somebody that's has like a repop on, or excuse me, or they've made a newer version of Pong that can play on a MAME, but it's kind of difficult. I have not had very good luck with trying to emulate the older games, the old black and white ones.
So what if there's a compromise halfway between? Let's say I'm able to locate the original hardware, an original Pong machine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got the original board, the original knobs, but it's beat to hell. The monitor doesn't work, and the cabinet's not very desirable. Can a new cabinet be made? We put the original hardware,
of course,
and a new TV.
Yeah, of course. A lot of those old cabinets have rotted out. So when you start digging around with these cabinets, and especially if companies try to save money and not use wood, they use like press board, stuff like that. If the bottoms get wet, they just all kind of fall apart. So a lot of those old cabinets are, when you see them, you should be very happy that you're able to play something like that, because it really is a piece of history at that point.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've run into a situation. I mean, I can tell you probably about 6, where I've looked at a classic arcade game that was for sale, and the back is rotted out.
Now, T-molding is pretty easy to replace, but I think the weather conditions where you are at are different than what I have to deal with in California. It's like buying a classic car, right? You want to make sure that you buy an old car from either like Arizona or Nevada or California. Why? Well, because if you try to buy an old car from Michigan, you got to deal with the winters and the salt and the rust on the bottom, so yeah, I mean, it's like the games that you're looking at in Florida. Can you imagine how many floods have rolled through there?
And add humidity or weather or whatever, the whole fiberboard just starts breaking apart.
Yeah, it starts falling apart. Yeah,
it's terrible.
But yeah, that was a very clean version of Pong that they were showing.
Yeah, that sure was. I think maybe that's what got me thinking. Someone restored that. That
They
has to
also
be.
they also lit up that space duel, um, the fiberglass one.
Oh yes,
Space duel, space duel, right?
Space War. I think.
Space war.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had that thing lit up real pretty.
there was a point where Nolan started talking about, well, we did Pong, and then we went on to Quadra Pong and
Yeah,
Pong
quadra
doubles,
pong. Yeah,
and then he started talking about like Space Duel and stuff, and they showed a vintage photo of them rolling out a Space Duel cabinet, and it's like, dude, even that looks really cool. I
yeah.
love, and I think you might have talked about this in your video that you made for your Barrel Pong project. You know, there's something about that first generation of arcade cabinetry. The first Pongs, the first what is that? Gotcha with the boobs.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah,
Just the product design on that, the cabinets, the industrial design.
yeah.
It's very unique, and I love the way those look.
And it definitely is a sign of the time too. You know, it's
Yeah,
like it that's there's nothing really futuristic about it. It looks like it's from the set, you know, with whatever they thought the future would be in the 70s.